Hello everyone, it's Shanna. I'm so glad you're here today. If you would, take a minute and hit that subscribe button. And if you do, just put subscribed in the comment box so that I know that you've joined me. I'm really looking forward to building my channel, and I welcome each and every new person that stops by my channel. So I'd appreciate that subscribe. Now today we're going to be working with some old materials. I've had these in my stash for quite a while, and I recently came across just a picture. I think I was scrolling through some videos, and I think it was Lawn Fawn. They released some birdhouse dies, and they had a picture of it, and it just captured my eye, and it inspired me because I knew I had this birdhouse die set to go in and pull it out. Now I will tell you, I looked it up. This Sweet Birds on a Branch is available. It's still available. The Build a Spring Birdhouse, I didn't see it as being available on the Spellbinders site. You may be able to still pick it up somewhere else. I'll try to link it if I can find it. Or you might already have it in your stash. Sorry, my lighting's glaring on there. But I'm going to be working with it. I'm also going to pull in just a variety of other die sets for various purposes. I've got the Santa's Fireplace that I'm going to bring in some of the poinsettias and the leaves from that, and the cinnamon. And then I'm also going to bring in the pole from this, what's this called? This is the Welcome Sign and Sentiments die set. I'm going to bring in the pole from that. So we're just going to get started and get to building our card. The first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to ink blend a panel. And to do that, I'm going to have to get a panel. So let me grab one real quick. Okay, so I've got my panel here. I laid it underneath something and couldn't find it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just create kind of a nighttime sky scene. And I'm going to bring in my distressed oxides, and I'm going to go from Speckled Egg to Stormy Sky to Prized Remnant, and then Black Soot. And the Black Soot I just got in. Got some tape on there. So I haven't even opened it. And for my Black Soot, I'm going to bring in a new dauber for it. So we'll do that. So we'll just get to blend. Let me get my little sticky mat here. It's not so sticky anymore, but just to kind of help keep it in place maybe. And I'm just using Hammer Mill 100-pound, and I'm just going to do some blending. And I'm just going to start off with my Speckled Egg, and I'm going to start kind of in the center area because that's where my lightest is going to be. And I'm just going to lightly blend on this panel. And your blending always kind of starts off looking pretty rough and then starts to improve as you go. So we're going to just kind of do our blending here. Okay, so I'm really happy with this panel. Like I said, they start out looking pretty crazy, and then they wind up looking pretty good once you get your blending done. So I really like that. So what I'm going to do is I've die cut out this frame, and I'm going to lay it on top of that, on top of my card base. So I may have to do some trimming here. It should be right. Yeah, should be pretty close. And then we'll lay it on our card panel. So I think what I'm going to do is, let's go ahead and build our card base and lay it on there, and then we'll go from there. I'm going to make this a top folding card. So I'm just going to take and score it at 5.5. Got some ink on my hands, so I have to be careful. And I apologize for my voice. I've got, like I said, I've got a cold, so I've kind of got a deep, raspy voice going on right now. Okay, so there's that. So then what we'll do is we'll bring this in, and we're going to lay it on there. It looks like we might have a little bit of our edge that we're going to have to cut off, but let's get it laid down there and frame it up, and then we'll go from there. Now, for a brief moment, I almost brought in the spun sugar and splattered it, thinking it would give it a snow-like look, but since I didn't have white, this is what I had, but I was afraid, and I know this does look a little white sometimes on it, but I was just afraid I'd mess it up, so I just decided not to do that. I'm just going to be a little chicken today. Let's just get some glue on here. Now my glue has only sit there for just a minute, but it's not free-flowing. Okay, there we go. Fortunately, I did work ahead, and I've got several videos already loaded. So I've had a video every day, even though I've been sick, because I had worked ahead. All that time that the kids were on vacation, I was able to craft and kind of work ahead, and so that worked out to my advantage since I'm getting a cold. Okay, so I'm just going to take my guillotine and just cut that white edge off. Okay, so I've got that cleaned up, and then I'm going to bring in this white frame that'll go along the edge. And like I said, I was inspired by that video that I saw of Lanfan's release. I think it was about a month ago, and it wasn't a video. I just saw like like the tag or the thumbnail. I saw the thumbnail for it, and that's what inspired me. So I just trimmed the edge of that down a little bit. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to bring in some limbs before I get that glued down, because I'm going to attach some limbs to this, and I thought I had multiple limbs. Okay, so I found my other limb. So I have 2 limbs here, and I basically was thinking that I was going to have my limb kind of go across here. This is going to be like a winter type. And I was thinking about maybe making it a 2-pronged limb and cutting that off, because I only have 1 limb. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Bring in these scissors and just kind of cut it off there, and maybe add it to this and just make it like a 2-pronged. And I've got these, I die cut out 2 of these in hammer mill and layered them. So each of these has 2 layers, and so it's a good solid piece. So I've got those. I'll just clamp those together, and I was just thinking about kind of putting it in like this. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to lay this on here and arrange it how I want it. And let's see how that looks. Let me just clamp that on there. I think that's going to look all right. So what I'm going to do, I think, yeah. So they'll have some quick hold. I'm going to bring in this tape runner and just lift this up. time I'm out of it. No, it's, as I say, it's brand new. Okay, and then I'll add some glue. And we're just going to get this stuck down on there. Let's just pick it up and clamp it. Is that going to work? I think we need to maybe tuck it in a little bit more. And then cut from the side. So I'm going to clamp this, get our big scissors, and we'll just cut that off the side. Maybe. Okay. Okay. I'm going to cut one more of these out and then cut this away, and then it'll lay flatter. Okay, so what I've done is I've just cut 2 more of these out, and I'm going to layer them. I actually trimmed them down so they'd be a little bit thinner, and I'm basically going to cut out this part here where the limb is, and that way it'll give me a level playing field. So we'll just cut that out. And we'll cut this out. And then we will lay it down on here like this. And then that'll give us an even base. So I like that idea better than the foam tape. I think that'll work out. So we'll just get it lined up on here. And turn it around, make sure we get it all lined up to where it doesn't show. There we go. Now we've got a nice level playing surface. Okay, so clean up my space. Okay, so I've got my card panel laid on my card base, and now I'm ready to bring this in, and we're just gonna glue it up. And before I do that, I think I need to bring in my post for my birdhouse. So I'm going to eyeball this about how I want it. And this is far too long, so we're going to cut it down. We're going to get it centered in there. Okay, so it's going to be like that. I'm going to go ahead and get this laid down, and then we'll work with our birdhouse. Kind of put it in the center. Okay, now let's get this laid down. Oh, and hopefully I took into account those limbs that were going to be there. I don't think I put any glue on the back of those limbs. All right, let's get some glue on these limbs so they'll lay down properly. I guess when you take cold medicine, maybe you shouldn't craft because you can't think clearly. Oh my gosh. I told my daughter in the afternoon when I decided I needed some more cold medicine, I said, I'm going to take some cold medicine. I said, so if you get here and I'm asleep and the kids have taken over the house, you'll know what's going on. And she just laughed. She's pretty easygoing when it comes to the kids. Of course, she has 2 boys, so you gotta kind of roll with it. Okay, so there's that. Now let's look, is this gonna work? I think it'll work. Actually, I'm going to put, I was thinking that you're going to need to see the black through there because the hole to the birdhouse is actually going to look dark. So I'm just going to take some scrap that I have laying here and cut out a square and put it on the back of my birdhouse just to give me that. And I might not have cut it. Yeah, that'll be all right. just to give me that dark shadow look that you would have on the inside of the birdhouse from, you know, that would be the inside of it, so it would be shadowed and dark in there. And then that'll take care of my little stem problem, or my post, my little birdhouse post problem I have there. Hope I'm not getting this too small. And then that's gonna go on the back of that. So this will look just fine, and I can set it just right where I want it, and it'll be just fine. Okay, so let's embellish our birdhouse first. So what I saw, what inspired me was, had some red on there. And so what I did with this is I just die cut this out twice, and I just cut this, I just snipped, there's a little snip here, and a snip here, and a snip here, and I just snipped it, so I'm going to layer it. I need to pause a minute and take a drink because I'm afraid I'm going to start coughing. Okay, so I just want to take and glue this and lay it down for some extra decor on my birdhouse. I think it'll look really pretty. I'm just going to try and kind of offset it just a little bit. All right, and I think that looks cute. So you can see a little bit of the white on the top of it, but then you've got the red just to kind of make it decorated. And then I was going to bring in this little blue line here on the bottom as well. So I'm just going to snip it and just snip it across here as well. Let's see, did I get a good clean snip on there? That's such a small piece I can hardly hold on to it. Okay, and then we're going to embellish our birdhouse a little bit more, and I think it'll look nice. So, you know, I probably, if I had not seen that little thumbnail, I probably wouldn't have bothered bringing this old die set out. And, you know, I paid for this. And so I need to be using it. So I would encourage you to get in your stash and find some things that you haven't used in a while and use them, because you should. And I want to bring in the little red that snipped out of there. Where did it go? And then I have this little heart. I just want to set that back in there. I think that'll be cute. I think we're going to bring in some decor for our little stem here. And we're going to lay it down. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and embellish all of our little greenery. And here's my finished card. I hope you like it. If you do, give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.